Hello everyone, Russell Wright from themezoom.com and networkempire.com. Also, we run a company called Curation Profits. I wanted to comment on which digital content curation tools, service, leverage, semantic web, and linked data principles. I'd like to first nominate two primary, what we do consider to be premium content curation services. One of them would be Quora, and the other would be scoop.it. The reason we nominate these is because our definition of curation is very clear, but we also have a clear definition of how latent semantic indexing and co-occurrence help define data hierarchy, and this is under the topic of what we call website silo architecture. The reality is that most curators don't really understand SEO at a high level and how data flows so that you can rank higher for far fewer inbound links using semantic and latent semantic principles. There's been endless arguments of which we've participated in over the years about how Google's patents are oriented around latent semantic indexing, and we've back engineered a lot of those patents. And again, co-occurrence, latent semantic indexing, statistically improbable phrases, there's all kinds of different fancy words we can use. I just wanted to say that I like scoop.it and Quora because of the way they've laid out their indexing, even though there's a lot of different no-follow nonsense kind of going on in different places as Quora gets really big. It's because they're able to leverage the hierarchy and their link hierarchy in a website silo architecture format that makes them so powerful. For example, Quora has a huge amount of questions. So, for example, the question that we're on right now, which digital content curation, just go in digital content and you take one of these words like digital content curation as a seed word, you can break it down. You can see that it literally lays out the shingles, and that's semantic overlay, and it's also digital and retrieval overlay all at once. And if you knew what you were doing, you could just pull all those questions and you could put them in a hierarchy very similar to website silo architecture, and you would be able to rank on the search engines for those simultaneously with just a little bit of link integrity combined with stemming and co-occurrence, or natural language processing based co-occurrence as a co-occurrence matrix. And that's all pretty advanced stuff, but really is a huge portion of why we designed ThemeZoom and Network Empire the way that we did. I would also say that because scoop.it is laid out the way that it is, it's a very technical reason why I do consider it to be semantic in nature, because it's very beneficial to theme scoop.it, and because it's beneficial, people tend to do it for the wrong reasons. But the way he has it set up is it's thematic or theme clustered by default. Now, you'll find a lot of the other curation tools being theme clustered by default, but they're not technically laid out the same way that scoop.it is. For example, you can add your own thematic comments over the trading card kind of captions, but the link through on the headline and the title tags automatically goes through to the article. So there's an overlay, like a window overlay. That has never really been done before in a curation tool. So I'm going to nominate both Quora and scoop.it as primary tools that use website silo architecture, which is indirectly related to latent semantic indexing and co-occurrence, especially in the way that we design our websites after we've researched the vertical markets. I hope this helps everyone. Again, this is just an opinion, but it's an expert one. And again, there's a lot of insights about what is and is not a curation tool, and what is and is not latent semantic indexing or natural language processing. So this is a complex question that I think the language we use to understand content curation, for example, there are many different kinds of content curations regardless of what Wikipedia says. And the main thing is to know the difference between premium content curation versus regular content curation, know the difference between RSS curation and headline curation, know the difference between macro content curation and micro content curation. Okay, that's all I'm going to say for this. If you have more interest in this, you want to know how to actually profit from doing this kind of stuff, go ahead and visit us at networkempire.com and curationprofits.com. We look forward to seeing you on the inside.